what's up? Another day and another dollar here. We back at again in the video. And today, I'm not working on the Toyota today. Grind time never stops. I'm actually working on the Eclipse. So, I pretty much was hearing this issue. I changed, so pretty much I give you a little short story. So, every suspension parts, I pretty much changed except for one thing. And I'll show you guys what this one thing I did not change in a couple years. Sway bar links. So found it, and because I knew I had an extra part, extra tool. So I was just like, you know what? And I was working on the car the other day, and she had like, it's pretty much had the same noise, and I was just like, you know, I was hearing this noise. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, you know what? I kind of think it's a sway bar link, because it's only, every suspension part is fine. Like ball joints is brand new, outer tire rods is brand new, shocks I still had to change, coilovers, but inner and outer tire rods is brand new. So I was like, know what, I knew I had an extra part, so I'm like, why not, let me just go and see in the backyard if I have it. If I don't, it is what it is, because I wanted to get these adjustables sway bar links that I saw. When you have a coilovers, they actually works a little bit better than the stock ones. So, but I don't have it, so I was just like, no, let me see if I have my backyard and see if I have it. If I don't, it is what it is. But before I even start on the video working on the Eclipse, I'm gonna tell you guys about the Toyota. I'm gonna flip it around, and then if you guys don't know, I'm gonna show you guys. So okay, so this is my 1999 Toyota Camry LE, and pretty much I just finished doing the motor swap for it. If you guys didn't see that video, definitely check out the video. I have 7 videos of me doing this full engine swap. It is running, it was driving, but I'll show you guys the other motor. If you guys didn't, yeah, I'll show you guys the other motor, because the other motor did blow up on me. So this is the old motor. Yeah, I threw a rod right through the block. I think I see a rod. I think I see a rod in the bottom of it. I don't know. I think so. But yeah, but this is the old motor. It threw a rod right straight through the block. Hit the AC compressor, and yeah. And as you can tell, I still got a broken bolt right where the AC compressor was supposed to be at, right here. So pretty much, yeah. So I got another motor for it, and everything was running good until working. Sorry about the wind, but I was working in it, and I thought I broke an axle, but I didn't. And it was the transmission that went. The differential actually broke. So it is what it is. It's the transmission had 260,000 miles. I put an engine that had only 54,000 miles. So sometimes it's like that. The weakest link, after you fix something, the weakest link always breaks. So it's just knocking out these little issues. But the Toyota will be back on the road very, very soon. Just have to grind and then just get another transmission and just put that one back in. But that's pretty much it for the Toyota. She will be back on the road very, very soon. And then stay tuned for the video, because I will make a video of me taking out the transmission only, not the engine. So wish me luck about that one. But yeah, so I'm assuming. So I'm gonna show you guys how to change the sway bar link, and for a 2003 Mitsubishi Eclipse. And by the way, this is the same that goes from 2000 to 2005, where the sway bar links. Usually sway bar links is kind of like usually the same, but I'll show you guys a little trick that you want to do. Sway bar links is a pain to take off, but I would say one thing: if you get a torch, and a crayon, if it's kind of you know, seized on the bolt, yeah, get that on there, and then after that you can take off any sway bar links off. In my case, that I probably have to do that, but we will see down the line. The first thing I'm gonna do is jack up this car, and I had to get my supports I was working on the car, so I was like, you know what? Get your supports for safety. Safety is the main priority. But pretty much, yeah. So the first thing you do, jack up your car, get your jack supports on there, and take off the wheel. So you will see the car on jack stands now. So I got ahead of myself. I got one nut off already. But if you have this type of style that you have a nut that's on the back of it, you kind of like just get a wrench, and then you just get a wrench, put that over it like that, and then go like that. But most of the styles that you need a hex socket for the sway bar links, and you would need one of these. So it would just be like, no, it's not the right size, but it will be like something like this. So I recommend you get on one of the hex sockets. Don't use Allen keys, because Allen keys are, it's good, but it's not good for like real good tension. It will strip out, especially the Allen key. But so pretty much, yeah. So I'll show you guys of what Allen key style that you want to do. What I recommend, if you changing out your sway bar links for the very first time, and then from there it's just like, for instance, you about to just take this off, and you have an Allen key spot, and then you got to take off the nut off, right? So the nut will be like this, and then it will be an Allen key spot that goes right in the middle of it. So the proper way how you do it is, pretty much, I recommend get a torch. Trust me, definitely do this. Get a torch and get a crayon. Heat up the nut that's right here. So I'm gonna spin on so you guys can have a little bit better visual look. So just be like that. So heat up the nut. Don't worry about the boot, because you're gonna be sitting here, you're gonna be changing it regardless. So get a torch, heat it up to the hottest that you think you can get. And get a crayon, because it's wax. Don't use no WD-40 and stuff like that, because WD-40, if you ever saw those videos of the guy was going viral with the crayon, I just call him the crayon guy. If you use WD-40, if you put torch in there, it's just going to evaporate. It's just going to, you see all the smoke and then stuff like that is burning off all because it's an oil base. WD-40 and PB Blaster, all the other stuff is an oil base. So when you put heat on it, it's just going to evaporate instantly. So it's not going to work. So when you use heat, you're better off using a wax, because it don't really evaporate. It will soak in, it will melt, and it will melt to a liquid, and then it will go right into the threads, and then from there you have a better chance of getting this nut off. And trust me, I did sway bar links to the point that I knew it was gonna get rusted and solid on there. I bit the crayon trick, that thing went off, and it was still hard to get off, but at least I broke it free. I literally had to do the crayon, heat it up, put the crayon in like a couple times just to get it so the nut could come off. By the way, I was working on that Nissan Altima. My bad about the camera quality. Camera a little bit dirty again. But pretty much, yeah, I was working on a Nissan Altima. Let me clean up the camera a little bit. Use my shirt. But yeah, but I got that one off. So, but trust me, do those, and then you would knock it free. But I do recommend, when you do change them, try to look for this type of style with a nut that goes in the back of it, because the sway bar links that has the little nut on the back of it is way better than the Allen keys. The Allen keys are prone to stripping, because after when it's torqued down too much and you try to break it free, you will strip the Allen key on there. Then you have to get like a like something that you can just tap in so you can hold it in place, and then you can get that nut off, like a, you know, one of those bolts that's like, you know, like those tools that is pretty much like you strip a nut and then you can hammer it in there so you can get the nut off. Yeah, something like that. I just forgot the name what it's called, but yeah, that's, if you do strip it, then that's the only way that you got to get one of those tools. I do have it in my car. But pretty much, yeah. So last but not least, I need a 15. So, and by the way, this is the noise that you're gonna hear. So you see how this sway bar link goes in and out? Yeah, that's not good. Real bad. But I do recommend, if you guys have a coilovers like how I have mine, I do recommend getting a type of style that you have a type of style that's like, you know, adjustables, because so you can get the best tension on the best quality for the sway bar links, because it will go out quicker. Because if you lower your car, my car is low to the floor, so I will be upgrading these in the future. That just stay tuned for the video, because I'm actually working on a Hyundai. Forgot what the brand is called. I think it's not a Elantra, but it's, I think it's, no, it's not a Hyundai. It's a Kia Ultima, I think. But yeah, that car is lower to the floor, so I don't want to be putting new coilovers on it, and I'm putting adjustable sway bar links. So stay tuned for the video, because I will be showing you guys that too as well, how to adjust it and everything. But stay tuned. Hopefully it might be tomorrow that I might be working on that car, so just stay tuned. But pretty much, yeah, you just get your nut right here. You just put your so take two. All right, so now you just put your your wrench right here. Is a 15. You hold that in place, and then from there, I think it's a 14. Yeah, it's a 14. All right, and hold it in place, and let me just double check. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Hopefully I can get some room. But yeah, so now at this point, now what you do is just crack it loose. So I probably had to use two hands, so let me just crack it loose, and then yeah. All right, so I got the sway bar link off, and this side was really damaged. Yeah, has a lot of in and out play. So that's the problem right here. So sway bar link's supposed to move left and right. That's the whole entire point of a sway bar link. They're supposed to sway left and right. But if you have in and out play that I have right here, that means that thing is bad. So, and let me see the other side. This side is actually pretty much good. That's why I say you need adjustables when you're lowering the car, and so it will have better handling. And just by realizing it, this sway bar link, the new one I have, is a little bit more beefy compared to the ones that's on here. Is a little bit small. So, and it has a grease fitting on here, so that means I can put grease in here. And I don't have a grease gun, so it is what it is. But in the future, I will be doing that. And it has the same nut on here, so if I had to change this in the future, this will be good. So you know what they say, Chris Fix, out with the old, in with the new. So then I'll just match it up how it was sitting like. So it was sitting like this, I guess. Hopefully this is for my car, because I don't even know if this was for my car. Yeah, but it looked pretty much good. So yeah, it looks pretty much evenly. This thing is skinny though. But yeah, we're gonna put this one on. Hopefully this is for my car, because I found this in my garage. But I think this is my old one, but I'm not sure. But oh well, we're gonna try to put it on. If it's not, then it is what it is. Okay, so that thing was probably bad for a very long time. So I had to like pretty much kind of like really just pick up the sway bar. So this is the most important step. A lot of people kind of don't know, but sway bar links work in pairs. So obviously I had to change the other side too as well. But it is what it is. I heard the noise on this side more than the driver's side. But what you want to do is, when you changing out sway bar links, don't mind this wheels. Low life is a dream life. You only want to live it once. That's my motto. Don't forget it. But when you're doing sway bar links, you want to have a jack and just get the driver's side off the floor. It doesn't matter how far you want to get off the floor, as long as it's not touching the floor. That's pretty much what you have to do. I could put a jack stand under it, but it's not that high off the floor. So now, since I got the new sway bar link in, and now what I have to do is tighten it. So now you get this one's a 14. You just put the locking nut that's on there, hold that in place, and then you just tighten it right back up. So I do need a tripod. Let me see if I can rig up something. So what I'm gonna do is just tighten these up, and then you guys will, it's not gonna be the best quality, best view wise, but it'll be close as possible. And I need a 16. All right, get my 14. So that's how you put on a sway bar link. So yeah, the main thing I do recommend is to do, like the main thing I do recommend is to try to put a torch on the splines, like, and heat up the splines, and then from there get a crayon, and then you can put that on. Because other than that, if you strip it, you pretty much going towards like a cut-off wheel and cutting that thing off. So that's why I say definitely play it slow. Don't rush the process. Don't use the impact either, because after waiting like 2 seconds to get off, it's just gonna spin, and then it's gonna be spinning the full thing. So I definitely do recommend get a torch and a crayon every time when you change out the sway bar links, unless you have the style I have and you can use a wrench in the back of it and you can hold it in place to crack it loose. So, and by the way, I showed you guys in the beginning, but this is an old one. So if you have play that's like this, see how it goes in and out? That's how you know it's bad. And by driving wise, you're gonna be hearing a lot. I didn't hear it because my car is loud. So, and then from there, you're gonna have a lot of play like this. And if you can feel it in your hand, it's a lot of grinding. So right now, I feel a lot of grinding in here. This side, not as much. This side was on the top, so this side was really at the bottom, really. But again, in the future, I did upgrade it, so this one looks like it's a beefy one, so it looks a lot stronger than the one this one I have. So it will last a lot longer. But pretty much, yeah, I'm excited that I'm actually working on the Eclipse. I didn't work on the Eclipses in really a long time. So this is the reason why, when you stay dedicated of the stuff that you had to do, and yeah, just not gonna, and anytime you work on something, you see something, just gonna replace it. So just like today, I just found out that my inner boot of my axle is bad. It actually ripped. Don't know how, but it is what it is. Low life is a dream life. You only want to live it once. So after this video, I'm about to just double check those I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called. I really forgot. But it's a shaft that goes into the transmission, and it's 2 bolts on the back of it. I just want to double check those are tight, because sometimes those things do come loose on you. I did put Loctite on it ever since when I did my clutch on this car. So I did put Loctite on it. So I just wanted to just double check if it's good, if it's still torqued down. And yeah, because if those bolts come off, then the whole entire, transaxle, that's what it's called. Yeah, because those bolts, if it's loose and it falls off, then your transaxle will fall off, and that means the transaxle will come out the transmission, and that means you can't go nowhere. It happened to me. That's the reason why I work on cars myself, because that was the time I went to mechanic shop. But Pretty much, yeah. So that's gonna be it for today. I'll probably see you guys in a couple days later when I'm working on this car that's in the background right there, and actually another car doing suspension. So if you guys want to know how to do coilovers install, definitely stay tuned for that. But pretty much, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Let me flip the camera a little bit. Yeah, so I just had to just put the wheel back on and then just call it a day. But we're aiming for 200 subscribers at the end of July. So far we had 163. So the people who did subscribe to my YouTube channel, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we're gonna try to aim for that 200 subscribers. And definitely stay tuned for the people who's new for the channel, because this summer is gonna be a whole lot of crazy stuff I'm gonna be putting on the videos and stuff like that. New things that I'm gonna try to do and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to see if I can skateboard back again, because I used to back in the day. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do that. But pretty much, yeah. And just like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.